Hey, this is Thinkerthunker, and as the story goes, this lady here was out turkey hunting.
Yes, I was out here hunting, and I'm so startled right now.
And why wouldn't she be? She looks up and two big furry somethings walk past, and according to her, they had deer carcasses, I'll guess about 130 pounds each, just draped over their forearms like jackets, just strolling along. So stick around because this might be some of the most amazing footage we've seen. Okay, so now I'm going to do a scrub through frame by frame to see what we've got. And it's the real world, you know? This woman is not a professional videographer. She didn't have a pro camera and zoom lens on tripod. She filmed this with her cell phone. Plus, I've zoomed in like 700%, so it's going to look rough. But it's all we've got. Okay, so keep your eye on the guy in the lead here. And right there, you see him glancing over towards our turkey hunter as she's filming. And next he does something really sneaky. See, he's walking past, there's a plant or bush here, and as he's walking past, see his head craning backwards, and he just keeps leaning back, stealing a good long glance towards our turkey hunter, and then just keeps going like nothing's wrong, no problem here. And here's a cool shot as they walk into the clearing, and we see those deer carcasses again, and it appears both do have them. And something really interesting back here, something we've seen in a number of videos now. It's always been there right under our noses, but for some reason we just seem to keep glossing right over it. And that's the fact that this guy, his arms are almost as long as his legs, and he's not alone. In fact, I just did a video about this very thing. It's called Cracking the Bigfoot Code. In it, I explored the fact that we humans, our arms are 20% shorter than our legs. Whereas Patty and quite a few others, as you'll see, including the deer hunter here, their arms are astonishingly only 6% shorter than their legs. And that puts them, ratio-wise, right in between us and chimps and apes. So now, cue the skeptics to roll out their beloved arm extension theory en masse, and why not? It's a fine theory, or at least would be, apart from the pesky fact that we have elbows, and our arms bend in the center at those elbows and not 2/3 of the way back, which would be the case if we had arm extensions on. See how ridiculous this looks? And I'm really not trying to be mean here, but anyone with any sense at all could see that this forearm is much too long for the upper arm. It's out of ratio. Whereas we don't see that with these two. Patty's forearm looks proportionate to her upper arm. And if we scroll forward, we see the deer hunter here bending over, using his arm and picking something up. And his arm is bending right there in the center, which couldn't happen if he had on an arm extension. So, thanks to ratios and really just common sense and using your eyes to see if the upper arm and the forearm look right together, the old arm extension theory, it's just as dead as it can be and ridiculous. And whoever or whatever this is, just like Patty, it has non-human body ratios. Oh, and I almost forgot, the thing he's bending over to pick up, it's a baby something, which is something I'm noticing more and more now. I believe if these guys really are real, we'd rarely, if ever, see them, were it not for the fact that they, like us, have kids, and kids can and will be noisy and be in the wrong places at the wrong time, and that's when we see the adults have to swoop in and remedy the situation. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the actual filmer, something we don't get to do that often, and I can already hear people saying there is no way she stayed that cool, calm, and collected while two monsters walked past. And that's what hunters do. That's what they train for. You know, they have to control their breathing and their shaking, so it's at least possible. All right, so I'm no doctor, but I know we blink a lot when we're under stress. So I'm gonna scrub through this and we'll just count together the number of blinks. So here we go. There's 1,
and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So that was 10 blinks in 12 seconds. I would say that's a lot of blinking. And here's another indicator. That looks like her pupil right there. And I would say it's dilated as far as it could possibly be, which is another sign of stress. So there are at least 2 strong indicators that suggest that she was under a lot of stress about something. Okay, Occam's razor time. And keep in mind, when I first saw this footage, it only had about 200 views. So if this was a hoax, it ain't going too well. Okay, so back to Occam's razor. Which of these 2 is simpler to believe? 1, if it is a hoax, this lady or whoever pulled this off is so diabolically brilliant that they thought far enough ahead to bring eye drops to dilate her pupils and have her blink like crazy, just in case some guy like me ever decided to analyze the footage and look at her physiology. Then they had to buy or make not 1, not 2, but 3 Bigfoot costumes, 1 in a toddler size, to which they would also need a toddler to fit in and sit out in the cold and play along with their hoax. And then they found another actor who just happened to be one of the rarest humans on the planet whose arms were almost as long as his legs. And don't forget the deer carcasses. They had to make 2 of them as well so that the 2 adults could drape them over their forearms, making it look like they had superhuman strength. And then, after spending all this time and effort, they didn't bring a real camera, they filmed it with a cell phone. Or 2, our turkey hunter unknowingly set up shop just yards away from where this infant, whatever it is, was, and as the 2 adult non-humans returned from their hunt, they saw the turkey hunter and had to break cover to pick up their kid. And she filmed it. So there you go. That's all I've got. Your turn to weigh in. And please, if you guys like me making these videos, please, if you would, subscribe, like if you like, comment, because that's how I get paid. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And I recommend going and checking out the original footage. I'll post some links to that, and go by and pay respects and subscribe, because this is some of the most amazing footage we've ever seen. Thanks.